Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening, friends in the US. I believe I've got Nikki here. I'm going to give it another moment, see who else joins in this morning. It is, once again, very, very, very smoky here in Melbourne. Not because we have any fires anywhere close to us. They are hundreds of miles away, hundreds and hundreds of kilometers away. But the wind is picking up the smoke and carrying it from Tasmania and other parts of Victoria and New South Wales. It just depends on which direction the wind is coming from. You may have seen that the smoke is actually traveled almost all the way around the southern hemisphere and is coming back onto Australia shortly. So we are hopeful that the wind change, cool change that we're getting later today, along with some rain, is going to clear the smoke out because, it's been pretty dismal here. But of course, much, much better than places that are actually on fire, which are getting more contained, I'm happy to say, but they're still fires going, and of course there's still lots of after effects from the fires that have happened. So if you're interested in donating to bushfire relief efforts, either for people or wildlife, let me know. I'll probably put a link or two in my blog posts and on this video of organizations that I know of that are doing good work and are not scams. So, okay, we've got a couple people here. Hello, Roseanne. I think we will jump in and get started. So, good morning. My name is Nancy Hetker. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. Today, I am going to be doing some projects with the new stamp set called My Meadow, which has a lot of fun images. This is a builder set. So what you do is you combine the different shapes and squiggles and images to build scenes. And those of you who've been around a couple of years might remember this one called Waterfront, which was the first of this type that we had. You can see, because it's a different style of case liner, it is several years old now. And then in the holiday catalog that just ended, we had, I believe it's called Snowfront, and it had similar images, but it had more of a mountain snow log cabin type theme. And I didn't purchase that one, but these two I think go together. I'm mostly going to just be playing with My Meadow, but I do know that there's one card I want to make where I want to steal the sun for it. So I have a number of the stamps already mounted up because last night I gave it a first play, and I can show you what I did with it last night. And I can see, I had to refresh my feed here because it's not keeping up with my video. So there we go. Let's see if it keeps up with things now. So this one I actually stamped on a slightly larger piece of Whisper White, and then when I was finished with the scene, I went ahead and I cut it out with one of these new, this is the Stitched So Sweetly set of dies. And I really like these nesting scalloped stitched rectangles. I like these too, but these I think are going to be really, really versatile. So I just cut it out with one of those. You can see there's the part that I cut off, and layered it on another piece cut out with one of those, the bigger one. That's soft suede, which is the color of the tree trunks and the gazebo. Added a little sentiment. That's from what is it? Itty Bitty Birthdays. This has been my go-to for a number of things. And Happy Day, that could be for almost any occasion. So I've been liking that recently. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull out some more paper and some inks, and we will make some more images. We'll see what we get. Yeah, I'm gonna do a variation on what I did on last night's card, I think. Looks like I'm looking out a window, huh? And hi, Gladys. So just figuring out how to start here. That's the hard thing, is sometimes to figure out where to start and what to do. I think I'm going to start with my gazebo and build out from there, I think. Sorry, just looking at the stamps. Might do a little bit along this top edge first. Okay, here's some crumb cake. I'm gonna stamp that off. Yeah, I'm not feeling what I thought I was feeling. Never mind. Okay. So let's get the gazebo on there. And maybe a tree or two. Or three. Okay, take a moment here and clean some of these off. So, have you guys been back to stamping after Christmas? I have to admit, even with my new stuff, I have been struggling to find my mojo after a 3-week break, pretty much. But I've kind of forced myself. You may notice on my blog I've cased a number of things. I kind of find if I force myself to do that, it helps get the juices flowing again. Okay, let's put in the path. I don't think I want that one. So this is crumb cake. We're going to lighten up just a little bit here to get a path going. I like to kind of look and see how they play against each other, which way I want to line them up. Yeah, I think I was right before, because you can go either direction. Okay, and again, I can tell my, there we go. Okay, now my live feed is up. And clean those off. I like how these have so much texture just in the stamps themselves. You don't have to add a whole lot of anything. Okay, let's get some grass in here maybe. Just looking for the right bits and pieces to fill in here. So what do you do, Gladys, to get your mojo back? Okay, let's do this side. Okay, there's some grass. Didn't even use that. Okay, I'm gonna add a few rocks, I think. And yes, I've got tulips on this side and rocks on this side, and we're just gonna be double mounted here. There we go. Oh, you watch me. Yay. Okay. And okay, so those were early espresso rocks, and this is garden green. We're gonna add some tulips, I think. And there's those tulips. This is Blushing Bride. And quite sure why, but they didn't really make, or I haven't figured out which ones. So I'm really just catching the ink on one flower there. To fill in a few of these stems that didn't go in the cluster of 3. I cannot tell you why. It was designed that way. I've looked at the other ones and I don't really see one that does all of them, but I could be wrong. Okay, so that was the tulips. And now we're going to do some blossoms on the tree. There we go. And it's also going to have pink blossoms. And this is cool because you don't really have to line things up in any particular way. They're just leaves. And what else are we going to do on here? Shall we do a few clouds? This just looks like a very sharp line there to me all of a sudden. I thought we're going to make that not quite so much. Okay, so this is Balmy Blue. I think I'm going to just very lightly stamp it off a bit before I put it on there. Okay. So that may be it. So for this one, I have a crumb cake card base, but I've also gone ahead and cut out with my stitched nested rectangles dies. I've got this frame that I think I'm going to pop up on there, which is why I didn't worry about that being like that. So I think what I'm going to do is bring in my silicone mat. My dimensionals. I'm bringing in the silicone mat because I'm not sure when I put this on, you see it's going to be sticking out, so then I can do what I need to do and not worry about it sticking to my card base in a weird way, or yeah, that's what I thought. or on my grid paper. It'll lift right up from this silicone mat. Okay. Come on. Okay, let's try again. Why, look at that. I dropped it right into place where I wanted it. Okay, so it is caught down. It's not showing off either edge. That's why I took it off the first time, was because it was just coming off the edge on this side. I'm going to add a little glue to that panel. And now we try to figure out, get this centered. That was my makeshift bone folder, don't you know? And I think that is semi-straight. So there is that one. Similar, but different. Yes, it would be very fun to set it out and let them build their own, especially if you had a couple of examples. And because if you just set out these shapes, people kind of go, huh? But if you demonstrate one, it's like, oh, well, if you can piece them together to make rivers or paths or mountains or whatever, then they start to see how it works, and it works. I think it works better for a class if you've actually done an example or two. So I've got a couple more in mind if you're willing to stick around and see how we go. There's another piece. And I'm going to do patch of grass. How do I not know what I'm doing here? I just don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Let's try this one. Okay, patch of grass. Grabbing a marker. There we go, my soft suede marker. And I'm going to do the Oh, I see. It's in 2 pieces. Look at that. See, I haven't practiced this one. So I don't know what I'm doing. I don't need my marker. Huh. That's what this is really for. I was using it as a fill piece, but it is a fill piece, but it's for the wheelbarrow. Look at that. Okay, so I want my soft suede again. Good idea, Jennifer. I agree. And you could even do, like, if you were doing a gift set for somebody, you could do a set with the 4 seasons type of thing. So there's the wheelbarrow. And the rest of the wheelbarrow, yay. And where's my tree? Let's do some leaves. We're going to do green leaves on the tree this time. And you can rotate this around so it's Here we go. And where my rocks go? Few rocks there. And it has bits of grass. You know, little blades of grass instead of just the big blort of grass. Let's add a little grass in there. Again with the garden green. And then I think I want a yellow. Just go with Daffodil Delight here. We're going to put some flowers in our wheelbarrow. And then this does have coordinating set of leaves. Yeah, if you're going to set this out for a class, you're going to want to make sure you've got a good number of blocks. That's supposed to coordinate. Yep, just like that. Cool. Once again, we will do like so. I think maybe this time there's a trio of birds. I think we will add those in as well. Okay, so for this one, what I'd like to do is I'm going to cut this one out with a framelit. So I have my layering ovals. I think I'm going to do like so. And I have my big shot here just off to the side, so I'm going to run that through here. Easy with this one, yep. And I'm going to put it on soft suede, I believe. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, the name of that stamp set is escaping me. Oh, was it In the Trees, maybe? Because it didn't stick around very long. There. Get those out of the way. Yeah, I mean, the neat thing is that if it doesn't come out the way you want, Nikki, the first time, you do something else. Okay. That looks really large on that card base. How about don't do a lot with the note cards and envelopes anymore. And I think the crumb cake ones are actually discontinued, but I've got one. What do you think? On the smaller card, maybe? Looks good on there? Okay. With a sentiment or without a sentiment? Uh-oh. Did I lose everybody? Sentiment. Okay. Should I do that happy day again or something else? I'm just looking to see what it is here. Or mat this size on the larger card. Well, that's true too. We could do that. Kind of like that. Good call, Gladys. Be right back. Retirement. Yellow. Yellow card base. Okay. Like that. Or did you mean a yellow mat? Because I gotta say, I'm not digging the crumb cake on the yellow card base. That I could buy. Yellow. Well, while I wait for you to chime in again, I'm going to go look for a retirement sentiment. I used to have a good one. Yellow matte and suede card base. Okay. So I found this one. Friends are the flowers in the garden of life, which may just be a little too saccharine for me. So here's one where we can say happy retirement, or just may the rest of your lives be the best of your lives. Time for a new adventure. Suede card base. Okay, have we worked this out? So whatever you decide, keep yellow somewhere, okay? Okay. Somebody wants to be really difficult today. Yes, blue is cheerier. Okay, this is taking too long. I am going to surprise you on my blog with how I decide to finish it off, which may be just leaving it like that, but glued down. So let's move on. Good to know people are as indecisive as I am sometimes. But it's fun having you playing along with me here. So I think one more. Got my little cheat sheet. Okay. Sorry, just have to figure out which size paper I want to play with. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so this time I'm going to start with some water. Trying to decide. I think I'm just going to stay in the same color palette. This is this long squiggly piece. Okay. And I'm going to build up some grass on either side. So you can see how you can, if you're doing this for a class, you could put them out, everyone will have the same color palette. They just are doing various and sundry things with it all. Okay, not so very happy with that, but we will figure it out. Where is... Yeah, I can tell I need to do some more playing to figure out how to get some of these to combine a little better. But I think it'll work out okay. And it's going to get cut down, so I'm not so worried about these bits. I'm just going to fill that in a little bit, sort of. Yes, I can add the bridge. And I will do so. Like so. It's all right. Here we go. And once again, we're going to add some happy little trees, right? It really is pretty amazing how, as you add elements, it becomes more dimensional and your brain kind of fills in what you're trying to do. And it's pretty cool. Do some rocks again. Some leaves. This time we're going to do some darker green leaves. This is our garden green. Okay. This is the card that I wanted to snag this sun stamp This other one. Yep, that'll still work. This moment of, oh no, but it works. Gonna do some more of these cloud type. And gonna go for the birdies again. There we go. See how that's looking. Yep, I think so. Okay, the other one, I'm just gonna grab this little bit of washi tape. Because when I go moving things, I don't want it to shift too much and go cockeyed on me. See how we did. Ooh, just a little sliver. There. I like doing that because you can frame what you've come up with in a pleasing way. You get right to the edges. You don't have, yeah, I mean, it works either way, but I do like cutting it like that. And then that piece is now too small. I'm going up a size in the dies. I'll cut. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put that on a Whisper White card base. thought I had cut enough, sorry. Yep. There. So, get some of these out of the way. And show you what we've done today. Not that you don't know, but there's that one. And that one. And that one that will be something. And this one that I did before. So, I hope you like them. It went a little bit longer than I intended today, but I think it's all good. And you can see you can do all kinds of things, mix and match, come up with different scenes. These are similar but different. So, that's it for me today. I will be back again next week with something else. Couple of reminders. If you are in Melbourne and would like to come to my class, class on Saturday, RSVP deadline is tomorrow, Thursday. For class on Tuesday, if you want to come, the RSVP deadline is on Sunday. I am offering mini catalog celebration product shares. If you'd like to get in on that, you need to let me know, preferably by tomorrow, so I can go ahead and place that order. And what else? On my blog, there is a whole listing of my classes up through, I think, June. My monthly classes are listed, and I've got a couple specialty classes as well. So thanks for tuning in, either live or on replay. Leave me comments, send me a message if you have any questions, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.